hello everybody. Thanks for stopping by. This is a random impromptu reading that I didn't plan on doing any readings today, but I wanted to do a quick check-in on the divine masculine. I'm wondering if some of the divine feminines are feeling what I'm feeling, like this, I don't know, this kind of urgency to move things along with the divine masculine, like, to hurry up and wake up and get on your mission, because time is of the essence and there's nothing more important that we could possibly be doing in our lives than this ascension right now, and helping people to rise to a higher frequency, and stop living in this fearful state. So I pulled some cards out of my Edgar Allan Poe. Now you know that I'm using that for the month of October. Awesome tarot deck. I'm really enjoying it. It's got a lot of new in-depth kind of perspectives in the cards. And so tonight, really just for shits and giggles, we're going to take a look at the divine masculine's heart space. And in the Edgar Allan Poe book, there is a spread that is 1, 2, 3, 4 cards, and the 4 cards reflect the 4 chambers of our hearts, or of the divine masculine's heart. And we're asking, what your passion is and what's holding you back from pursuing your true desires. So if the divine masculine has this in-depth love for the divine feminine, regardless of what he wants to, label it as a special divine connection, just somebody weird that I'm afraid of and I don't want to have anything to do with, or somewhere in between those two things. A lot of things are changing right now in the energy. You can feel the precipice building. You can see the readings are kind of building in their cycles. So let's take a look at the heart space of the divine masculine just for fun tonight and see what messages we've got. Card number 1 position, which is the challenge or the fear, I drew the Magician, and that is the number 1 card of the deck. We'll take a look at that after. Card number 2, this is the divine masculine's passion, and I've got the Queen of Pentacles. Card number 3, your catalyst, I've got the 4 of Wands, and card number 4, your path home, is the 2 of Pentacles. So again, 4 cards, 4 chambers of the heart. The deck is all new, so digging into the meanings has been really interesting. So let's start with the first card position, your challenge or your fear. So in the divine masculine's heart space, now the Magician can be looked at a couple different ways. It can be the Magician as you are the co-creator, the manifester of your universe. You want to manifest something and you're stepping into your power as the divine masculine. You're waking up. You're going through the ascension process. Maybe you've decided that you do want this twin flame connection. You want to know what it's all about. You want to take steps to pursue it, but you're not quite sure how to manifest it into your life. So the Magician can represent the master manifester. Interesting enough that this is card number 1 in the deck, which is the first step to manifesting. Figure out what it is you desire. So let's remember that. So even before reading out of the guidebook, let's look at this Magician's card in the Edgar Allan Poe deck. So we see a big giant raven coming up, taking flight, coming towards us, and above the raven's head in the mist is the infinity symbol. We see a cauldron, we see a sword, we see the candlesticks, we see the cups. So we see all the 4 elements represented. So the Magician, as the co-creator of your reality, you have the ability to alchemize and manipulate all of the elements, making you the master manifester. Also can be, about looking at the magic in our lives, creating the magic. Manifesting is magic. Now, the Magician card can also be a card of clarity, right? It can be a card of creative power. It's a very powerful card, as we can see. I mean, this card isn't messing around. Could be intelligence and it could be talent. So let's read about the story behind card number 1, the Magician, in Edgar Allan Poe's guidebook. It's got a poem in the front and it says, "Deep into that darkness peering, long I stood, there wondering, fearing, dreaming dreams no mortal ever dared to dream before." And that's part of the Raven. He wrote the Raven during the times of the tuberculosis outbreak, where thousands and thousands thousands of people were dying. And out of the darkness of that time, he was able to create these stories, that are all kind of about the macabre and about the darker side. And just, he kind of embraced the darker parts of life. He had to live through them. So instead of suffering through them, he began to create out of them. So in his Telltale Heart, it says, in this image, a powerful raven takes flight among the elements in its chamber, showing a mastery of fire, air, water, and earth. Wands are represented by candles, the cups by a smoking cauldron, and the coins on the table represent pentacles. The yellow color of the flames signifies the magician's sharp intellect. Purple drapery runs over the tabletop and hangs over the fireplace. The bust of Pallas Athena seen on the fireplace mantle embodies wisdom. So the magician manifests through the power of the mind. He is bold and a confident creator and master of his fate. He has developed the skills that enable him to reach his goals. His concentration, focus, and willpower are unmatched. Using these attributes can help manifest one's wildest dreams, as manifestation is the basis of the magician. The magician's power is eternal and can be harnessed by anyone who taps into his energy. The number one card position or is a challenge or your fear, in the Divine Masculine's heart space. The Magician card is not a fear. The Magician card represents the challenge of them stepping into their power as a manifester, realizing that they're a spiritual, energetic being and that they are the co-creators of their reality. So they can have whatever passions or desires they want. They simply have to take action and manifest them, bring them in to the reality so that they can have the experience of living, breathing, eating, sleeping, making love to their twin flame. Okay, so if this is where the Divine Masculine is at right now, and energy is fluid, it's ever moving, what resonates with you right now, take it, what doesn't, leave it. When you find this message, it's meant for you to hear this message. But in my reading tonight, we have got the Divine Masculine in the Magician archetype. He is full on card number 1, the beginning of the major arcana. This is the first step in manifesting, is what I look this as. He knows what he wants to manifest, but now he's putting a plan into action. Let's get a clarifier on that, right? Why not? So we wanted to clarify, a little bit more. What is he trying to manifest? What is the intention or desires? And this is a 6 of Wands, and just by looking at it, this is victory. This is victory amongst our peers. This is victory amongst our family. This is victory over a situation that maybe everybody said you'd never have. The Magician's pretty badass. He knows how to work his magic. And we see the card of deck being thrown here. So once again, that symbolism of magic. So I think this Divine Masculine is figuring out that he has everything he needs within him to have the desired reality he wants. That's what I'm getting tonight. So card number 2 position. This is the Divine Masculine's second chamber of the heart. And this is their passion. And they want victory, they want to manifest something, and it looks like their passion is a Queen of Pentacles. Now, this is very interesting, and why I love Edgar Allan Poe so much is because during this time, which is, he was born in 1809 and he died in 1849, this is when they wore those big dresses with the hoops and the corsets, and they were big on the fans and the masquerades. Like, if I lived in that period of time, I don't think I'd like the corsets permanently, but I just love the idea that they were really into dressing up. Their clothing and attire and their events was really kind of elaborate and beautiful in some senses. Now let's take a look at this Queen of Pentacles. Now we know normally the Queen of Pentacles is a very stable individual. Alright, so this is an interesting little tale. I'm going to read you out of the guidebook. In the story, The Spectacles, Napoleon Bonaparte François learns that he will receive an inheritance from a distant relative. But first, he attends an opera and sees a beautiful woman. He describes her as grace personified and the beau idea of my wildest and most enthusiastic visions. Alright, so he's hot and heavy for this woman he sees. He gazed at this queenly apparition for at least a half an hour. He couldn't take his eyes off her when he first saw her. And falls deeply, madly, and irrevocably in love. Mind you, Napoleon needs glasses, but refuses to wear them due to his vanity. So when he met her, he didn't have his glasses on, and this is someone did not meet somebody looking through a lens where they could see clearly, meaning that there was a filter over their eyes when they met this Queen of Pentacles. This is the divine masculine's passion. All right, so it goes on to say, Napoleon learns that the woman is a wealthy widow named Madame Lalande. His friend introduces them, and Napoleon proposes marriage. She accepts on one condition, that Napoleon wear his spectacles on their wedding night. Napoleon soon discovers that his bride-to-be is 82 years old and missing a few teeth. She's also his great-great-grandmother. She has come to America to meet her husband's heir. Luckily, Madame Lalande brought Napoleon's cousin, whom Napoleon ends up marrying instead. After his debacle, Napoleon promises never to be met without spectacles because of the lesson that he learned during this circumstance of not wearing his glasses and not seeing things clearly or not seeing things from the true perspective. This was a lesson that he learned when he met this Queen of Pentacles. Now in this image, Madame Lalande, as seen through Napoleon's eyes, stands inside an opera house. She holds a fan featuring a large scarab beetle indicating her wealth. So the Queen of Pentacles has abundance herself. She's well off. Her ball gown boasts the colors red, green, and gold, and those are symbolic of her endurance, her abundance, and her intelligence. She appears young, but her hair is silver, symbolizing the maturity and wisdom that all queens possess. So she's someone that, could be the breadwinner as well as the primary caregiver for a family. She keeps the home running smoothly. She might even run a business from home. A single parent can fall underneath this energy also. She overcomes hardships with grace. As you possess wisdom, you succeed in your career and provide security for your family, your responsibles, and others trust you to finish what you start. And in a relationship, if this divine masculine is trying to get a feel for his divine feminine, she will value her independence and enjoy earning her own money. Okay, and now this is not gender. This is simply an energy. Reverse the roles how it fits for you. An increase in status is indicated. She might get married, start a family, purchase property. So this is the passion that the divine masculine is focused on. What he's looking to test out his newly found magician skills as a master manifester, and he wants to manifest the Queen of Pentacles. So what I want to know is, does he already know the Queen of Pentacles? What's the history between this divine masculine and this Queen of Pentacles? All right, so we're asking, what's the relationship between the two? Do they know one another? Does the divine masculine know this Queen of Pentacles? Has he connected with her? Have they spoken? That's one card. Oh my gosh, and the Lovers just came out. Okay, he's tangled with her before. He has experienced something with her in the past. And this Lovers card is beautiful, but what we see here is that it's two individuals and they're standing in the water, in the ocean, and oceans represent your emotions. This is card number 6, but you can see that their hands aren't touching. They're apart from each other. So this divine masculine is thinking about a Queen of Pentacles that he has already met, and he is in separation. So this is a separation reading for the divine masculine and the divine feminine. We didn't know what it was going to be, but that's where it turned. All right, so looking at this card, so we've got the divine masculine and the divine feminine, right? We see them. We know they're in separation. We see this big raven, and this raven symbolizes the gift of insight. This is heightened awareness or a higher level of consciousness. And very interesting enough, see this moon in the background? Look at that moon. That is a big blue super moon, and we had a super blue moon on August 30th that went into Pisces. That is supposed to be symbolic for the twin flames, the fish flipping and coming back into union. This Lovers card is saying that, does he know the Queen of Pentacles and what's the relationship? Absolutely. And during the separation time, it looks like the super blue moon around the time of August 30th with those big giant energies may have brought in some type of clarification or epiphany or information or download to this divine masculine, changing the whole scenario and putting him kind of into that magician mode, wanting to manifest something with the Queen of Pentacles and really, wanting victory over it, like seeing things for the truth, seeing things for what they really are. But it's really odd how it absolutely has something to do with the super blue moon on August 30th. Now that's just what I'm getting. All right, the next card we're looking at is card number 3, and this is the catalyst. The catalyst for the divine masculine energy, not gender, stepping into this magician mode, and I've got the 4 of Wands. So the 4 of Wands that's twin flame energy. That's the 1111. And this card is very unique, and I'm going to tell you what I see here. Let's take a look at this card and what it could possibly represent. We have a divine feminine who's laying in the grass. She's obviously asleep. There are 4 wands around her, kind of keeping her in a symbolic, like a state of stupor or something. And then we see in the background, in the darker clouds, there's 2 angelic beings, and they're whispering about this divine feminine. Now, normally, the 4 of Wands is depicted as a divine masculine and a divine feminine, but not in the Edgar Poe series. So we have just the divine feminine, and she's in a stupor or a sleep. Or another way to look at this is that she is in a state of not knowing the truth, right? And there's whispers going on in the background with the angels. So this tells me that spirit guides are working behind the scene to bring this truth to this divine feminine. But I want to read the guidebook and see how Edgar Allan Poe's story goes along with kind of what I'm seeing here. Yeah, this is definitely, the more I'm looking at this, they are arranging and planning for her to find out the truth, to awaken from her slumber or her stupor of not being able to see truth, to see the passion in the situation, to see the desire surrounding this 4 of Wands. The 4 of Wands, let's listen to the poem. It's called To My Mother. Poe speaks of his mother and mother-in-law. As the backbone of the family, a mother provides comfort and security. A mother is loyal and devoted caregiver and friend. Poe considered his mother-in-law more than mother unto me. Poe's mother died when he was a baby, and he longed for a mother figure. He loved his mother-in-law not only for the love she showed him, but because she was the mother of his beloved wife, Virginia. Now, I live in the state of Virginia. Weird. Poe states that she was dearer than the mother I knew. In this image, the corpse of a young mother lays between 4 candles. The flowers beneath her indicate that she was well loved. The flowers are red, blue, purple, white, and yellow, symbolizing love, loyalty, purity, and friendship. In the sky, 2 angels whisper to one another, can find among their burning terms of love none so devotional as that of mother. So family is the focus of the 4 of Wands. And this is saying it's time to celebrate and be grateful for your blessings at home. You've achieved a lot. It's time to relax and appreciate all you've been accomplishing before taking on more work. And the energy of the 4 denotes stability and safety. You might return home after a long journey, and being home will help regenerate the energy you've been spent reaching goals. Whatever you've created, rest assured it has a firm foundation. So the divine masculine's catalyst is wanting to have a firm foundation, right? Wanting to get their things in order, have some stability. But it also resembles to me kind of a longing for home, a longing for that secure feeling that, we're supposed to have. So being at home will help generate the energy you've spent reaching goals. So this divine masculine, I think he's looking for a place to call home. He's looking to build a home, where you can celebrate a birthday or an anniversary. And the 4 of Wands can indicate a new home purchase or some type of family reunion. It can signify a new addition addition to the family, such as a child or pet, but it is a period of happiness and peace is upon you. Enjoy the time of merriment. So this is the catalyst, is wanting to bring about a balanced, stable, what looks like connection with a soulmate connection, with a twin flame, with the Lover's card out and the Four of Wands. And he is manifesting this connection. He has a vision of what it is he sees, and it looks like he's really modeling his home life. Maybe he had a very secure home life. Maybe he had a mother that, like mine, that baked on holidays and, took us trick-or-treating. And so this divine masculine looks like he's kind of doing the blueprint, kind of in the planning stages of manifesting what it is exactly he wants, with this Queen of Pentacles, representing the divine feminine. So card number 4 is your path home, and we've got the Two of Pentacles. Now, my readings lately have been very weird, continually having a book come up. Some of them aren't released, they're just my personal readings or like my stash. But this book, once again, in this Two of Pentacle cards, we see a divine masculine sitting at the table at this Cafe Bonbon, and there is a book sitting on the table. We see the waitress or the waiter or the host with 2 trays. One of the trays is what looks like it's a silver platter, and one of them is a book. And this represents having to make a choice. The Two of Pentacles is making a decision whether or not you're going to follow the silver platter routine of maybe fame and materialism, or you're going to follow this other path that has something to do with a book. Now, this book could be representing that the divine masculine is reading emails or messages or love letters that you wrote each other, or, memes or posts. It's just a divine masculine that obviously carries this book around with him. He brings it to the cafe, and the Two of Pentacles is saying, there's a choice here that needs to be made. So the number 4 card position, right? This is the path home. So the path to what this divine masculine considers home, that he's trying to build, that he's planning, that he's trying to manifest, that he's doing the blueprint on, the path home is a choice. This is someone that's feeling overwhelmed by all you must accomplish. Their daily life is filled with, work demands, family obligations, social activities. For this divine masculine, life is like walking on a high wire. At any moment, you could lose your balance. The divine masculine takes pride in time management skills and schedules himself down to the minute. He goes 90 miles per hour all day, every day, and nothing can slow him down. But eventually, his house of cards will begin to crumble. The family life will suffer. Your work responsibilities will slide. Your friends will wonder if they'll ever see you again. So this Two of Pentacles in this path home is saying that the divine masculine has had to or is in the process of reassessing what's important to him. Looking at things that he may be overcommitted to in one area, loosening the reins so you'll have time for other aspects of your life, and he is doing his best to be adaptable and maintain flexibility as he balances his very busy schedule. So this is a divine masculine reading, impromptu reading. I love this deck that we're looking at, the Edgar Allan Poe deck. It really just has made my readings take on kind of a whole new meaning. But for a twin flame soulmate connection, a divinely orchestrated connection that has great importance in our lives, no matter what you label it. We asked what was in the 4 chambers of the divine masculine's heart space. So we've got, he wants victory over manifesting something in his life, one of his desires. He's passionate about the Queen of Pentacles, who he is separated from, who he considers a lover, so an ex-lover. And the Raven is that he has, maybe because of the light of the super blue moon that happened on August 30th and the energies that flipped the Pisces back into North and South Pisces of twin flame energy, maybe those super blue moon energies, there was a revealing of their emotions for each other, right? They're standing in blue. And then we looked at, the 4 of Wands. His catalyst is wanting to create this family, having this firm foundation. I remember making a comment to my twin flame when we separated in a very, upset state, going through a dramatic Kundalini awakening, crying for 16 hours one day. I told him that we were in a position where we were hurting each other and we could never have anything together unless we had a firm foundation, meaning we had some healing to do. We had some shit that we had to get together in our lives because our woundings, like twin flames do, you mirror each other, was just spilling out all over each other, and we were getting triggered, and we were in a state of confusion, and neither one of us was knowing what was going on, and we were bringing our past experiences into that relationship. And I saw it a little earlier than he did, and I was the one to recognize it. And because I really did not want to do any damage to something that at that time I was starting to question how important it was. I wasn't quite onto the twin flame yet, maybe just getting there, but I early on recognized, because of the way we met and the way that I felt, which was the most unusual experience I've ever had, and it's 3232, that I had come across a very deep connection in my life. And it took me the last year and a half in separation to really understand what the twin flame connection is, that, it's an energetic connection, and to really get out of that spiritual world you see on YouTube, really pushing the romantic version of this, although that is a possibility. And of course, we love our divine masculines dearly. I mean, dearly, we would give the world for them. It's more about just hooking up and having a relationship. If you want a soulmate, and that, if that's what you want to hook up and you want to experience, the same old, something nice. A soulmate connection is wonderful, but the twin flame connection is not that. It's comparing apples with oranges. This is your soul's purpose, your blueprint, your mission, that you came down here as a spiritual energetic being, as a twin flame. You made the decision to be in this. You made the decision to come down here and be each other's catalyst in this ascension process as a spiritual energetic being. We're rising in frequency. We're coming out of those low densities of fear, guilt, shame, and the twin flames are here to help hold the light, to be the catalyst. The Four of Wands connection, the twin flame connection, is the catalyst to anchoring in unconditional love. So this isn't just about, hooking up and going through the antics of a relationship, although, to some of us that is very appealing. We all want that, You're lying to yourself if you say you don't. To redirect and look at this through a different lens, from a different perspective, this is way more important than just me or my twin. This is way more important than the divine masculine or the divine feminine. This is about the future of the souls that are incarnated on earth right now. And you may say, oh, Cyndi, that's deep. That's going down the rabbit hole. We're here and we're incarnated at this exact period of time, and we are going through these ascension symptoms, and we are meeting these twin flames, and we're seeing synchronicities, and we're having all these experiences, and we're healing our wounds, and we're mirroring each other because we have a mission. So divine feminine, divine masculine, this is kind of a wake-up call that it's time for us really to get our shit together. And I feel the anticipation. I feel the building energy coming within these relationships, and it is reflected in this reading tonight. The four chambers of the divine masculine's heart, and with the cards that we got out here with the Lovers and the Magician, two major arcanas, the Four of Wands, the Six of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, and the Queen of Wands. This is saying that the divine masculine, I believe, recognizes the connection. He's understanding the importance of it, that it is more than just, an old relationship that didn't work out, those earthly 3D relationships. This is a divinely orchestrated relationship, and you have a mission. So, you can sit there and you can dawdle your little thumbs and tap your foot and run your finger through your hair all day long trying to make a decision on what you're going to do. The Two of Pentacles, though, this is the planning stage, and I swear to you, I feel like this reading is saying that they have made a decision, and now they are in the planning stage, and they are trying to find better balance in their lives, making room for a relationship. And I'm going to say this to the divine masculine, if you're listening, and I'm going to close the message with this. in your past relationships, you may have felt like you had to give up your hobbies. You may have felt that you had to give up your friends. You may have felt that you had to suffer a loss of your own energy in order to maintain a relationship. Hear these words. This is not the relationship. This is not how it will be with your divine feminine. You are two complete entities with your own lives, and then you have a choice to form an entity between your two lives, a separate entity, a separate energy that embodies both your separate energies. So body, mind, spirit, union, the three coming together. You're not going to have that control, possession, that inability to live your lives, because the divine feminine wants her independence and her freedom just as much as the divine masculine does. We don't want to be owned. The high priestess, is the archetype of the divine feminine, and we don't want to be owned any more than you want to be owned. So you're never going to know what type of relationship you can have with your twin flame, whether it's you establish a friendship where you call each other on holidays because your twin flame is married, whether you look at it platonically and you become friends and you pursue all the intricacies of what you've experienced in the twin flame connection, or if you desire, you take it to the level where you're leaning towards wanting it to become your earthly relationship, your union, a partnership with your divinely orchestrated twin flame. The twin flame relationships are not easy. They are challenging. But who wants easy? Nothing good comes from something being handed to you. So if you're a twin flame, you knew what the challenge was going to be. You knew how difficult it was going to be. You knew you had past lifetimes together. You knew there'd been times where you hadn't connected. You knew that there'd been times where you had not met and there was no catalyst to your spiritual awakening. But now in this carnation, this was the end all be all. We purposely, different waves of twin flames have been coming in and being awakening and activated to be here during this period of time. So get out of your heads that this is a normal relationship. This is a very special, once in a lifetime, divinely orchestrated relationship that is part of one of the greatest things that has ever happened, not just to the human species, but to the cosmos. From the creator down, every soul that's ever been created in every universe and every galaxy is now rising to a level of a higher frequency. So we are here for one heck of a journey. It's very exciting to see what's happening. And if you enjoyed this reading and this resonated with you, type 1111 in the comment section. If you think you are a twin flame, grasp onto this Four of Wands energy in this reading, type 1111, and let's get this energy moving. Let's get the divine masculine and the divine feminine where they need to be so that we can shift quickly out of this negativity, this darkness that has just enveloped our world right now, that is clearing out so that we can have this ruin, so then we can rebuild, have a death and a transformation in a beautiful, beautiful world. The Bible calls it heaven is brought down on earth. And that's what we're fighting for right now. We're not fighting for some stupid relationship. We're not fighting to just, fight with somebody, eat and get laid. We're fighting for one of the greatest things that has ever happened. And you're a part of it. So we all need to start acting like it. Shit or get off the pot. All right, you guys. Sorry. We'll see you at your next reading. I just saw 414. And I appreciate you guys being here. Like, share, and subscribe if this resonated with you. Shoot this to somebody that needs to hear it. But the Divine Masculine is on the move. So stay tuned. Keep your vibration high. And I will see all you beautiful twin flames, all you beautiful light workers, star seeds, and beings of light. Peace.